It's 5 a.m. ahead. Details on a Janesville homicide investigation, plus the cause revealed in last year's UW Pier collapse. Your top stories are coming up. Plus, the latest in former President Trump's hush money trial, as the jury has now been seated. But first, Jacob has a look at today's forecast. It's a good day to take a jacket with you. That's all coming up here on Weekend Mornings. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. It is Saturday, April 20th. I'm Kyle Pazorski. Let's begin by taking a look outside this morning. Jacob Montesano is in for what the day will be like. Good morning, Jacob. How are you doing on this Saturday morning?
Good morning, Kyle. I'm doing pretty good, although it definitely is pretty cold out there. We actually have a few freeze warnings across our area as temperatures have been dropping below freezing. 31 degrees is the current temperature in Madison. We are seeing clear skies and the winds aren't too bad. But here's a look at the temperatures across our area, lower 30s and upper 20s. And the reason we're kind of prefacing that it is dropping below freezing is we're getting to the time of the year where it doesn't often do that. And because of that, there are freeze warnings in effect for a lot of our area until 8 a.m. Now, obviously, it is a little too late for to cover your plants. I mean, obviously, still try and do it, but the reason the freeze warning was in effect was because, you know, a lot of people have already started to grow plants and a lot of the growing season has kind of started a bit early since it's been warmer, but the warm temperatures really aren't going to be the case for today. Now, looking at the current radar, there actually are a few flurries across around La Crosse. Not going to see any accumulation for sure, but it is cold enough for some snowfall to form. But the good news is that we are seeing less winds compared to yesterday, and although it will be a bit breezy, it's not going to be as windy as it was for yesterday. So high temperatures are only going to be in the 40s. It will be a bit breezy with winds up to around 15 miles per hour. Maybe a little bit warmer for us here in Madison, as highs could possibly get to 50. But again, just a little bit of a breeze. Now, Sunday will be nicer, and I'll also track our next chance of rain coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We'll check back in just a bit. Now into our top stories this morning. Janesville police have a man in custody in connection with a woman's body which was found along a trail Wednesday afternoon. This is 23-year-old Logan Barclay, a resident of Janesville. He was arrested on first-degree intentional homicide. While he hasn't been formally charged yet in court, we're naming him because of the nature and severity of the alleged crime. On Thursday, authorities spoke with Barclay and searched a nearby home, with Janesville police saying Friday he and the victim share a child together. Investigators say student behavior was the main reason why a pier collapsed on Labor Day last year at the UW-Madison campus, sending a number of students into Lake Mendota. UW-Madison investigators say the pier was subjected to strains more than it was designed for. Numerous warnings were issued to the 80 students on the pier at the time, but investigators say their collective attitude led to a, quote, latitudinal strain, causing the pier support leg to buckle and give in. An Alaska man has been arrested following an undercover operation. According to police, Timothy Palubecki contacted a police investigator posing as a child online. Palubecki drove to a meetup location where he was taken into custody, and he now faces charges of attempted second-degree sexual assault of a child, use of a computer to facilitate a sex crime, and possession of methamphetamine. Jury selection has been finalized and opening arguments could begin Monday in former President Trump's criminal hush money trial. But outside the New York courthouse Friday, attention was focused on the disturbing incident where a man set himself on fire. Bradley Blackburn has more.
As former President Trump left the courtroom Friday, he again railed against the case and the judge overseeing it.
This is really a concerted witch hunt. Very simple. Everything you heard in there, this is a witch hunt by numerous judges, Democrat judges.
An appeals court judge Friday denied a request by Trump's attorneys to halt the trial as they seek to move the case outside of New York City. The jury set to hear the case includes a teacher, an investment banker, and a corporate lawyer. The assigned foreperson is originally from Ireland. 6 alternates are also on the panel in case jurors are dismissed.
What kind of pressure are these jurors under?
The jurors are under much more pressure than a, quote, typical case. The jurors understand that they are weighing in on not just the facts presented to them in the law, but a historic decision.
Outside the courthouse in a park near where media from around the world is gathered, a 37-year-old man from Florida set himself on fire. Authorities said he threw pamphlets in the air before dousing himself with accelerant.
The pamphlets seem to be propaganda-based, almost like a conspiracy theory type of pamphlet.
The man was rushed to a hospital where he later died. Police say the incident did not appear to have anything to do with the trial, but has prompted them to reconsider security.
With the magnitude of what's going on around right here, we'll reassess our security with our federal partners.
The trial is set to begin Monday. Legal experts say opening arguments could take several days. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Trump has said he will take the stand. The prosecution and defense wrangled Friday over what topics he could be asked about, but the judge hasn't yet made a decision. Staying in New York out, where stocks ended the week mixed on Wall Street. We had a slide in tech stocks, dragged down with the NASDAQ Composite and broader S&P 500. However, the Dow ended Friday with a strong surge to close the week. Got some more stock numbers here. Anyway, today might just be the biggest day of the year for record stores, as it is Record Store Day, one to celebrate and recognize independently owned music stores. It was first started in 2007 and falls on the third Saturday of every April. Physical media has seen a comeback, which includes a vinyl revival, as more musicians and bands putting their albums on vinyl. Steve Manley is the owner of B-Side on State Street. He says while vinyl will never compete with streaming, listening to a physical record is much different than just hitting play on the app.
I mean, it's I think a little bit more of an intimate experience. It's more intentional. And I think there's also a souvenir aspect of it too. I mean, people want to have a thing that they can keep from artists that they really enjoy.
One thing that makes Record Store Day unique are the exclusive releases offered. These are singles, albums, and live albums with just a few hundred or thousands copies that are made available. In Madison, B-Sides, Strictly Discs and Mad City Music are all hosting Record Store Day events. Strictly Disc will open at 7 a.m., while B-Side and Mad City Music will welcome customers beginning at 9. To learn more about Record Store Day and all the exclusives being offered, just visit recordstoreday.com. Let's now take a live look outside at the Beltline here in Madison at the John Nolan Drive exits. Today, the Midwest Horse Fair continues at the Alliant Energy Center. If you're headed there or are planning to be near the Alliant Energy Center, just plan on giving yourself plenty of extra time. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says it expects heavy delays on the Beltline, John Nolan Drive, and Rimrock Road as the event continues on for their second day. They expect tens of thousands of people, including spectators and exhibitors, to be present. The Midwest Horse Fair is a fun weekend event filled with clinics, entertainment, shopping, and, of course, horses. Tickets are on sale online and at select retailers like Blaine's Farm and Fleet. They can also be bought at the gate, but with cash only. More information is available at MidwestHorseFair.com. Now looking ahead, over 1 trillion cicadas will emerge in the U.S. later this spring as researchers prepare to experience this scientific phenomenon of two broods. Catherine Merck spoke with entomologists at UW-Madison about how this will add to their collection.
Cicadas are going to swarm southern Wisconsin in the coming months, and entomologists at the University of Wisconsin-Madison say it'll be a rare sight to see.
We only have so many opportunities in our entire life to see these insects emerge in the Badger State.
PJ Leash is the director of the UW-Madison Insect Diagnostic Lab. He says the emergence of the periodical cicadas in this brood come every 17 years in Wisconsin, mostly on the southern part of the state. Other parts of the country will experience another brood as well, and that should create a noisy spring.
The last time that these two particular groups of insects emerged at the same time was over 200 years ago, as back in 1803, when Thomas Jefferson was president and Lewis and Clark hadn't even started their expedition to the West Coast.
Inside the labs at the university, some of the top researchers in the country study the specimens they've collected, and the upcoming natural event will add to it.
So I'm sure there's going to be folks from the entomology department here that make a trek down to locations near Lake Geneva or Janesville area. Those are some of the best known hot spots in the state.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Time now is 5:09, still ahead. It's a chilly morning. Jacob Madison will be back with your full forecast as we take this live look outside at the state capitol building this morning. Plus, there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks in 3 things to watch when we return on weekend mornings.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Kelly needs new floors, so she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Floor.
Step 1, find the material that works for you.
Had to be hound-proof.
Step 2, browse your style and your budget.
Blonde wood, naturally.
Step 3, pick the right floor at the right price. Step 4, floor. Enjoy. LL Flooring. Every step covered. Right now, save up to $500 on installation. Schedule your free estimate today.
For moderate to severe Crohn's disease, Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Control of Crohn's means everything to me. Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird. With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. V value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. U, get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
In this day and age, we spend way too much time scrolling. Instead, join us for some horseplay at the Midwest Horse Fair. Check out insane tricks, hundreds of horses, clinicians, amazing eats, and spectacular shopping. And entertainment like you've never seen, IRL. Sorry, ask your kids what IRL is.
It's the great Midwest Horse Fair.
Join us at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, April 19th through the 21st.
When things go sideways, will you be prepared? I want to introduce you to the Patriot Power Generator 2000X. Use the endless free power of the sun to power lights, your TV, medical equipment, even run your fridge. And that's without gas, fumes, or noise. Go to 4patriots.com. You'll get a solar panel included free, double the capacity, expandable for more power, and more outlets than ever. This is about peace of mind. Get your solar generator and free panel at 4patriots.com.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know to get you ready for the weekend. We're going to see breezy and chilly conditions today with another possible freeze later tonight. Nicer weather's in the forecast for Sunday, and then our next chance of rain will come for Monday night. Now, for this morning, we still have that freeze warning in effect for the majority of our area until 8 a.m. Temperatures across a lot of the region below freezing, and we're getting into the time of the year where that's not very common. And there also are a few other nights where we could possibly drop below freezing within the 7 to 10 day forecast. So here's a look at today's forecast. Not going to be very pleasant. Highs will only be in the middle 40s with partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies. And as I mentioned, it will be a little bit breezy, but not as windy as yesterday. Now, looking at the overnight lows, we'll see clear skies, which will allow the temperatures to drop quite a bit. We could see once again lows below freezing. But the good news is that by Sunday afternoon, conditions will be a lot better. Also not going to be as windy for Sunday, as we'll see plenty of sunshine and highs in the upper 50s. So if you only have one day to get outside, I would suggest doing that tomorrow. Now, looking at the current radar, we're not seeing a lot of precipitation, but there are a few light flurries around La Crosse. Overall, though, we're going to be pretty dry this weekend with our next chance of rain coming Monday night. So here's a look at Monday's forecast. We're going to see clouds develop, but then we're going to see those showers move in probably after sunset Monday with a few light rain showers Tuesday morning, but it looks like the best chance of rain will be Tuesday evening. Even though rain does look fairly likely, we're not going to see a ton of precipitation. We'll likely see as much precipitation as we saw this past Thursday, where we just kind of had some light rain throughout the day. We should be dry by Wednesday. Now, looking at the full 7-day rain chance forecast, we're really not going to see a ton of precipitation through Thursday other than that Monday night, Tuesday rainfall. But by the time we get to the end of next week and next weekend, we are expecting some thunderstorms. And although it's too early to say for sure, the possibility of severe weather will be there. So here's a full look at La Crosse's 7 to 10 day forecast. For you folks in La Crosse, some flurries are possible, but certainly not going to see any accumulation. But then we're going to see mostly dry conditions through Thursday. You folks in La Crosse may not see as much precipitation as we will here in southern Wisconsin, but then rain is likely for next weekend. Looks like the best chance of thunderstorms will be for us here in Madison. And again, the possibility of severe weather will be there. Still a bit unclear as to which day specifically will have the best chance, but we'll obviously provide more details on the severe weather as it gets closer. But at the very least, temperatures are expected to warm up as we could see temperatures back near 70 by next weekend.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much. Well, here's a story that should bring a smile to your face. A special party was held yesterday for a good boy on not just a job well done, but a career. Messi, an 8-year-old explosive detection canine, is hanging up his sniffer. The TSA holding a retirement party for the four-legged officer at DC's Reagan National Airport. The yellow Labrador kicked off the celebration by finding a hidden training aid decoy device. The TSA then removed Messi's Do Not Pet patch to signal his official retirement. Messi enjoys playing with tennis balls after work, and now he'll be able to do that all day long. Well, risky business decisions made last year by Netflix appear to have been paid off. In the first 3 months this year, Netflix says it has gained more than 9 million new subscribers. It comes after it cracked down on users sharing passwords, pushing more people to get their own accounts. Netflix is now nearing a record 270 million subscribers. And speaking of movies, Will Loper is back with a few of the best in streaming. Here he is in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Welcome to the world of spycraft. Get down!
Newly streaming on Max is the series The Sympathizer.
Saigon, 1975. I was a man of two faces.
The miniseries follows a North Vietnamese captain at the end of the Vietnam War who continues to spy on his community.
The success of any classified operation rests largely on how classified it manages to remain.
The first 2 episodes of The Sympathizer are streaming on Max now.
I am Claire, your orbit driver.
I am Carly, your passenger.
Newly streaming on Hulu is the film The Stranger.
You are sitting next to a sociopath. So here's the deal. If you tell me a really good story, then I will let you live.
The thriller stars Micah Monroe as a rideshare driver who picks up a passenger who begins to play a cat and mouse game with her.
What is that?
That's footage from inside of my house.
Here's looking at you, Claire. Smile.
The Stranger is streaming on Hulu now.
Here we are together. We're on an adventure.
And newly streaming on Peacock is the animated film Migration.
What is this place?
We are completely lost.
Was your mother?
A group of ducks attempt to stay alive when they fly south.
There's a whole world we've been missing out on.
And we.
Migration is streaming on Peacock now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
Well, still to come here on Weekend Mornings, Jack will check in with Friday's news and sports. Plus, first, the George Vitan's Golf Academy shows us some tips when out on the course. Stick around. There's more to come here on Weekend Mornings.
Don't put up with rotten sleep during the biggest sale of the season at Denver Mattress. Right now, everything is on sale. Like the Summit, now only $274.99. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb. Only at Denver Mattress.
Let's hit the road. The road to winning at Wild Rose Casino and Hotel, Clinton, Iowa. You're just a short drive away from a weekend full of fun, food, and winning. Plenty of slots calling your name, table games too. Or watch and wager on the games in our DraftKings Sportsbook. There's something for everyone at Wild Rose Casino and Hotel Clinton. You'd rather be here.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they'd talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
Kelly needs new floors.
I need new floors.
So she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3, floor. Nice one, Kelly. LL Flooring, every step covered.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
Don't put up with rotten sleep during the biggest sale of the season at Denver Mattress. Right now, everything is on sale. Like the Summit, now only $274.99, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb, only at Denver Mattress.
In this lesson, I'm focusing on body rotation. Many golfers I see do not rotate properly, or if at all. For example, they're swinging the club back, and from the top here, they begin the forward swing with just swinging the arms. Nothing going on with the lower body, and therefore pretty much staying flat-footed. While that causes a variety of problems, one is the more I hang back on the right, it moves the bottom of my swing back, and that's when I'll end up hitting the ground first or hitting it fat. The other thing it can do is redirect the path of your arms so they go anywhere except at the target. So let's work on a little drill or exercise that can help you feel proper body rotation. Let's relate it to a throwing motion. I rotate, throw that ball, end up stacked right over that front leg. Rotate with the arm swing, not finishing on your back foot, but on the front foot. I'm Joel Length, PGA professional. Improve your play the fundamental way.
And here's a look at some of our weather photos of the day. This first photo was sent in to us by Sue from Sun Prairie. Take a look at that sunset. That is absolutely gorgeous. I do have to admit, I have noticed the sunset has been pretty nice the last couple of days, but I never saw something quite this nice. So thank you, Sue, for submitting your photo. The second photo was sent in to us by Carolyn from Baraboo, showing another kind of sunset, but this one is a little bit more at night and just kind of showing the trees on the horizon. So thank you both for submitting your weather photo. If you would like to submit your own photo, you can through our website. Go to channel3000.com, click on the weather tab, scroll down until you see post your own. It is as simple as that. You folks have been awesome with your photo submission. Definitely keep it up.
Wisconsin volleyball back at the Fieldhouse for the first time since they punched their ticket to Tampa and the national semifinals way back in December. So it's been a while since they've played at home. but it was worth the wait. Carly Anderson making her Badger debut, and she fit right in. 27 assists for UW's new setter. Here's one of them to Anna Smrek with a little Smrek smack. And you can't talk about Wisconsin volleyball without a Devin Robinson sighting. She gets up to get down for one of her team-high 10 kills on the night. Robinson also had 7 blocks. Badgers break out the brooms as Wisconsin gets the sweep, 3-0. The Bucks are a day away from tipping off game 1 of their first-round matchup with the Pacers, and there was good news and bad news from the Deer. The good news, Damian Lillard practiced, and Doc Rivers said he looked good. The bad news, well, you already know, Giannis's status. The Bucks president said on the radio show earlier this week that the 2-time MVP will definitely not be back for Sunday's game. Now, Doc Rivers, on the other hand, not quite as definitive.
I don't know yet. No, you know, we're still hoping. He hadn't done anything, so would we throw him out there? Yeah, we would. But for us, it's still, we're not sure.
7-game road trip for the Brewers started on Friday in St. Louis. Crew taking on the Cardinals. This one's scoreless in the 3rd, and William Contreras stayed hot at the plate. He rips one down the 3rd base line for an RBI double. He'd also add another ribby in the 10th, which would be the game winner. Brewers win it in extras, 2-1, the final. Wisconsin softball back at home, opening up a 3-game series with Penn State. Nittany Lions up 1-0 in the 3rd, and Caitlin Morrison smokes one to the wall in center to bring home another one. That was part of a 2-run inning for Penn State, and the Badgers just couldn't get anything going in the batter's box. Wisconsin struck out 11 times and finished with just 2 hits. They fall 3-1, the final. And Jerry Kelly down in Texas playing in the Invited Celebrity Classic, and he was playing real well in the 1st round. On 3, he rolls in the chirp for back-to-back birdies to drop him to 3 under. And it's safe to say he caught the birdie fever down south. Kelly birdied 7 of his final 11 holes on the round. He's 6 under, 1 shot off the lead. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
Hey, Zach, thank you. Coming up next, a look at our top morning headlines. Stick around. This is Weekend Mornings.
The Honda you want is here. Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Civic. Which car and driver called fun to drive? There's never been a better time to drive in the moment with Honda. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
For moderate to severe Crohn's disease, Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Control of Crohn's means everything to me. Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Kelly needs new floors, so she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Floor.
Step 1, find the material that works for you.
Had to be hound-proof.
Step 2, browse your style and your budget.
Blonde wood, naturally.
Step 3, pick the right floor at the right price. Step 4, floor. Enjoy. LL Flooring. Every step covered. Right now, save up to $500 on installation. Schedule your free estimate today.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.wisc-tv.org. www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Welcome to Badgerscape Design and Landscape. We offer a full range of landscaping services, from design to maintenance. Our professional team is dedicated to meeting all your landscaping needs. Call us at 608-295-1446 or visit badgerscapedesignandlandscape.com.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like #1 Chef Dad cooking up a free hot breakfast for the entire family at a comfort hotel.
Mom made this.
I added the garnish. Stay twice and get a free night when you book direct.
It's 5:30 right now. High schoolers are helping Public Health Madison, Dane County make sure tobacco items stay out of the hands of those under 21.
And it's going to be a quiet but chilly Saturday ahead of us. I'll have the full forecast for your weekend coming up.
And police in Janesville have a man in custody after a woman was found dead on a trail. Authorities say the suspect and victim are connected. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. Let's begin this new half hour by taking a look outside this morning with Jacob Montesano with your Saturday forecast. Good morning, Jacob, once again. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, although it is definitely pretty cold outside, especially for this time of the year. We are starting to get to the time of year where temperatures below freezing are not common, and right now we are below freezing at 31 degrees. Now, the clear skies and calm winds have helped it, so at least the calm winds are a little bit of a positive considering just how windy it was yesterday. But taking a look across our area, almost everywhere below freezing at this hour, with the exception of some areas near the Mississippi River, as humidity values are a little bit higher for you folks. But it is a cold morning, and there are freeze warnings in effect for the majority of our region due to those temperatures. Again, we are in the time of the year where any time that the temperatures get close to below freezing, there will likely be some freeze watches or freeze warnings, because we aren't really expecting those kind of temperatures that much going forward. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see another freeze warning for later tonight. Looking at the current radar, we are mostly dry. Although for you folks around La Crosse, there are some flurries right now impacting your region, but we certainly aren't going to see any accumulations. Looking at the winds, like I mentioned, the winds are calmer compared to yesterday. Still could be a bit breezy today, but not as windy as it was yesterday. And that's really the only positive with today's forecast, because it's still going to be a bit breezy, but temperatures are only going to reach the middle 40s. And we also are going to see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies. So we're not going to see a ton of sunshine. We'll see sunshine at times, but temperatures are only going to be in the 40s with a little bit of a breeze. So not an ideal day to spend time outside. It will be better tomorrow, and I'll also talk about our next chance of rain coming up a little bit later.
In the United States, you have to be 21 or older to buy any tobacco product, but how do you make sure local businesses are complying and keeping a potentially dangerous product out of the wrong hands? Armand Rahman shows us how Dane County is trying with some unlikely helpers.
If you see a couple of youth walking into a liquor store asking to buy some tobacco items, you might not think much of it, but Public Health Madison Dane County wants business owners to think twice with this special operation.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
The compliance check you're witnessing right now has one mission:
to keep tobacco out of youth's hands.
And the spies that choose to accept it?
I kind of feel like an agent.
High schoolers under 18.
Do you have any Newport shorts?
They go inside liquor stores or gas stations, asked to buy something like a cigarette, vape, or nicotine pouch, and hope the answer is...
Do you have your IDs with you?
Then they report back outside with Jennifer Hurtado Barbas with PHMDC. She either comes in with congratulations or a citation. 3 citations means a fine.
The fines are getting heftier and heftier. I think that it's really shocking people, because it used to be like 100 here and there, between 100 and 200. Now it's like 600.
These agents asked not to show their faces or names.
Like, I'm like kind of sneaky. I'm like, ooh, like I know I look young. Y'all are messing up, but it's like cool. Really good to, like, I don't know, like try and maintain the integrity of like my community.
Last year, the team conducted 417 compliance checks in Dane County. 379 passed and 38 ended in selling tobacco to someone underage. The team says in the downtown area, gas station workers often mistake them for college students.
They just don't ask for ID. Sometimes they'll ask us for our age, but like that's not how you should do it. So we
end up getting the tobacco.
Or just our birthday, too.
Yeah,
it's so easy to lie.
Now, full disclosure, today was not a real sting operation. Steve's Liquor agreed to let us film. They've passed almost all of their checks.
Somebody was rushed. You didn't do the math correctly. You know, those kind of things have happened. And so things like this coming through just kind of brings it back to the forefront of there's some stuff that we can't mess up.
The compliance check team says it takes everyone.
So I just want to make a difference.
Reporting in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. Madison fire investigators believe a lightning strike from severe weather Tuesday night started a fire inside a southwest side duplex. That fire displaced 7 residents. Crews were called to a home along Cimarron Trail just before 10 p.m. People in the building reported that a TV blew up and caught on fire. Inside, crews say that TV and the wall it was on sustained significant damage. The drywall above the home's fireplace was blown off. Damage is believed to be at around $100,000. Janesville police have a man in custody in connection with a woman's body which was found along a trail Wednesday afternoon. This is 23-year-old Logan Barclay, a resident of Janesville. He was arrested for first-degree intentional homicide. It was earlier this week when officers were called to the Peace Trail after a body was found. Police know who the woman is, but she hasn't been identified yet by the medical examiner. On Thursday, authorities spoke with Barclay and searched a home nearby. Janesville police say he and the victim share a child.
This was a domestic relationship that soured and was isolated between 2 people. There are no community threats at this time.
Barclay has no past criminal history in Wisconsin. To get more breaking news from across southern Wisconsin when stuff like this happens, all you have to do is download the News 3 Now mobile app. It's free and available on all app stores. You can also go to channel3000.com. In Milwaukee, a man is in custody after police found the body of a missing woman in the trunk of a car. Police say 41-year-old Tamika Stewart was last seen on Sunday near her home. Stewart is a mother of 10. Her family became alarmed when she wasn't answering their phone calls. She was found dead in the trunk of a car Wednesday after police asked for the public for their help finding her. Now her son is grieving the woman he says was always there for others.
I say something to my mom right now. I'll say I love you and I care about you, Mom. I don't want you back. I don't want you to be gone or away from us.
Investigators say the homicide is domestic violence related. Well, current time is 5:37. Still ahead, we take a look at some of the week's top health stories. Plus, here's today's day in history.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been winning for people injured in truck accidents for more than 35 years. One call, that's all.
Justin, why is reputation so important in the window and door replacement business?
Homeowners have unique problems and complicated projects. They need experts who could be trusted to provide solid solutions and do great work.
How does Next establish that trust?
Next is a local family-owned business. We've made earning trust a priority for over 20 years. And that's why over 50% of our business comes from repeat and referral customers.
50% off installation on windows and doors. Visit nextwindow.com.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue, and stop further joint damage. And in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
Kelly needs new floors.
I need new floors.
So she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3, floor. Nice one, Kelly. LL Flooring, every step covered.
Wake up, people! Rotten sleep means rotten moods, rotten backs, rotten health. Rotten breath goes without saying, but you're in luck. Because during the biggest sale of the season, everything is on sale. Like the Summit Queen, now only $274.99. Save up to 50% on select Tempur-Adapt mattresses. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb. Only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Madison's older generations open up. Settle in with Madison Magazine for fun, frank, and funny reflections from local seniors. Then meet a new generation taking action against climate change. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now. Madison Magazine presents The City Guide, your ultimate resource for Madison area adventures. With inside tips on where to eat, what to do, and places to see. Available now on area newsstands or online at madisonmagazine.com.
We are following those stories very closely with team coverage when breaking news happens.
We continue to follow a tense situation in Janesville.
Trust News 3 Now to alert you. Lock your doors, stay inside. The Dane County Sheriff's Office looking for a pair of people, a man and woman who they say are armed, to keep you informed.
The scene is still very active here on Highway 51.
And to help you stay safe. Your trusted source for breaking news and continuous coverage. News 3 Now, moving forward.
Here's a look at the precipitation chances over the next 7 days. We are going to see a chance of rain by the time we get to Monday night and Tuesday. We are looking to be dry then for Wednesday and Thursday with another round of precipitation by the time we get to the end of next week. Now, towards the end of next week, there is a possibility we could see some severe weather. Thunderstorms look likely with some heavy rain. And as I've been talking about, the strong thunderstorms are possible. Now, specifically which day is still uncertain, and we obviously will have more details on the system as it gets closer. But looking at the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, we are seeing above average precipitation for our area towards the end of April and beginning of May. This includes next weekend's time frame, so be prepared to see some possible heavy rainfall. And it also looks like the temperatures might be warm enough to produce that severe weather as we look at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. So although temperatures are pretty chilly today, we are going to see warmer temperatures by the end of the 10-day forecast, and we are going to see some possible thunderstorms.
About, don't know what we're seeing here. We are supposed to be seeing that map of the Wisconsin DNR, which continues to warn about fire danger. There's continued to be moderate risk across the entire state. We'll update you on that later when we get this fixed. Well, today in national news is the 25th anniversary of the devastating Columbine High School shooting in Littleton, Colorado. 12 students and 1 teacher were killed when a pair of students opened fire. It became one of the most high-profile mass shootings in American history. Some of those who survived continue to speak out, saying action needs to be taken to put an end to school shootings.
There's also just kind of a general frustration that I have overall that this continues to happen. You know, at 25 years later, this just keeps happening, even though 25 years ago, collectively as a nation, we screamed never again. And that's sort of hard to overcome.
School shootings have only become more common since then. The American Academy of Pediatrics says there have been more school shootings in the U.S. in the past 5 years than the 20 years prior. At the White House yesterday, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre spoke about the rise in gun violence.
Since Columbine, there have been hundreds of school shootings, exposing hundreds of thousands of students to the horrors of gun violence. As the president has said, this is not normal, and it must end.
According to the Sandy Hook Promise, 338,000 students have experienced gun violence at schools since Columbine. Now in health news, many Americans say they aren't getting enough sleep. Michael George has a look at that and other top health stories.
Scientists at the University of California, San Francisco have identified the cells in the human airway that help make sure water doesn't go down the wrong pipe. The neuroendocrine cells sense water or acid in the upper airway and send a signal to the brain to trigger a cough. The research could someday help provide better treatments for patients with chronic cough or to prevent pneumonia. Teens who spend too much time online and neglect other activities end up missing more school because of illness. Research published in the Archives of Disease in Childhood shows teen girls are more vulnerable than boys, and that not sleeping or exercising enough also plays a factor. And for the first time since 2001, a majority of Americans don't believe they're getting enough sleep. 57% of adults tell Gallup they would feel better if they got more shut-eye. The results are a total flip from about a decade ago, when 56% of U.S. adults said they did get the sleep they needed. Women under 50 are the group that's least likely to get enough rest. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Still ahead, some sports news we got, including a look at who's being inducted into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. Plus, let's take another live look outside. Jacob has his full forecast just ahead on weekend mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Waunakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
When we tell people it took 138 iterations to refine the Tiguan chassis, they say, oh, cool. But when we tell them it also took our engineers 189 pizzas, 22 birthdays, 4,005 miles commuted through 13 thunderstorms, 16 neglected haircuts, 52 all-nighters, and 19 nightmares about chassis, they usually go, oh, wow. The meticulously refined Tiguan. Hop in. It's a VW. Get 0% APR financing or a $2,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Tiguan during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary sales event.
Kelly needs new floors, so she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Floor.
Step 1, find the material that works for you.
Had to be hound-proof.
Step 2, browse your style and your budget.
Blonde wood, naturally.
Step 3, pick the right floor at the right price. Step 4, floor. Enjoy. LL Flooring. Every step covered. Right now, save up to $500 on installation. Schedule your free estimate today.
For moderate to severe Crohn's disease, Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Control of Crohn's means everything to me. Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
We warn you first.
We have been talking for days about thunderstorm potential. That's next Tuesday, so make sure you're aware of that storm system as it moves on in.
First, with the information you need to be prepared and stay safe. First Warn Weather. Thursday at 10. Wisconsin's hospitals are under an intense strain, and it's reaching a breaking point.
I'll look into this unstable state of healthcare and show you what possible solutions are on the table for the future of our hospitals.
Thursday on News 3 Now at 10. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the weekend. We are going to see breezy and chilly conditions for your Saturday with another freeze possible later during the overnight hours. it will be nicer Sunday with our next chance of rain coming Monday night. So once again, we still have those freeze warnings in effect for most of our area as temperatures are going to remain below freezing for the next couple of hours. This is until 8 a.m. And if we look at the forecast for the afternoon, obviously they're going to be above freezing, but they're not going to be very pleasant as we'll see high temperatures only in the middle 40s. And we also aren't going to see a lot of sunshine with mostly cloudy skies expected for the afternoon hours. Looking at the overnight forecast, we are going to see low temperatures dropping possibly below freezing once again, so it wouldn't surprise me if we see more freeze warnings for the overnight hours. And this is because we are going to see those clear skies that will allow temperatures to drop a lot, and the winds aren't going to be too bad overnight. Now, the good news is that for your Sunday, this will be a little bit better as highs will be in the upper 50s, plenty of sunshine, and it's not going to be windy at all. As of today, we are going to be a little bit breezy during the afternoon hours. Still seeing a few flurries for you folks around La Crosse, but for the most part, we really aren't going to see a lot of precipitation over the weekend as we are going to wait until Monday night for our next chance of precipitation. It does look like rain is likely, but we're not expecting to see a ton of precipitation for this time. So Monday night looks like we could see a round of rain and then another round for Tuesday, especially later in the day and during the evening hours. But that looks to be just about it until we get to the end of next week. So if we look at the precipitation chances over the next 7 days, we are expecting dry conditions for the weekend and most of the daytime on Monday. And then it looks like we'll be dry again for Wednesday and Thursday with our next chance of rain after Monday night and Tuesday coming towards the end of next week. But that rain chance towards the end of next week could come with some possible severe weather as we are going to see thunderstorm activity. Again, it's still unclear as to how bad the severe weather will be, but it does look like that is in the realm of possibilities. We obviously will have a few more details on this system as it gets closer, but at the very least, temperatures are going to be warm enough, which is also an indication as to why we could possibly see that severe weather. So for the most part, we aren't going to see temperatures nearly as cool today for the rest of the 10-day forecast, as highs will be in the middle 50s to middle 60s, maybe even close to 70 as we get towards next weekend. But again, we do have some thunderstorm activity, and we'll have more details on the possibility of severe weather as it gets closer.
All right, now to sports. The Bucks are a day away from tipping off against one of their first-round matchups with the Pacers. And there was good news and bad news for the Deer. From good news, Damian Lillard practiced Friday, and Doc Rivers said he looked good. Bad news, well, you already know Giannis' status. The Bucks president saying on a radio show that the two-time MVP will definitely not be back for Sunday's game. Doc Rivers, on the other hand, is not quite as definitive.
I don't know yet. No, you know, we're still hoping. He hasn't done anything. So would we throw him out there? Yeah, we would. But for us, it's still, we're not sure.
Things been going for William Contreras. There's no better guy to be.
And that's a shot fair.
Scoreless in the third, however, William Contreras staying hot at the plate. He rips one down the third base line for an RBI double. He also had another in the 10th, with the Brewers going on to win in extras 2-1. And speaking of the Brewers, today is a huge name in the team's history will be inducted into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. Prince Fielder, alongside Steve Stricker and Matt Kenseth, are the three inductees in this year's 74th anniversary class. All right, well, coming up next, we're going to take a look at the Midwest Horse Fair and what's to come with that. Plus, here's a look at what's coming up on CBS Saturday morning.
Coming up, we'll have your eye opener and all this morning's headlines. Plus, he's a stand-up comedian, actor, and painter. We'll spend some time getting to know Rory Scovel and see how all of his artistic pursuits intertwine.
Then it's the most talked about new music venue in the world, and it's about to host just its second act. We're going to take you inside the Las Vegas Sphere to see how cult rock legends Phish are bringing the cutting-edge concert hall to life.
Part cookbook, part memoir. Award-winning writer Crystal Wilkinson explores Black Appalachia in Praise Song for the Kitchen Ghost. And we get a chance to conjure up some comfort food from the hills of Kentucky.
All that, plus music from Daniel Donato's Cosmic Country in our Saturday session. It's all just ahead on CBS Saturday morning.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona.
Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
The Honda you want is here. Driving the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. All from the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Get a great deal and do a great deal of good when you shop at Habitat Restore. From furniture and decor to appliances and building materials, we've got everything you need for your next project. Shop our convenient East and West locations today.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands that helps you get the most for your money so you can be any traveler you want to be. You could be a free hot breakfast hero at a comfort hotel. Yes! That's how you waffle! Mr. This Script got a plot twist at a Radisson hotel. A business big leaguer. Go for key. Even the ultimate pool float inflator. With 22 brands and the best value for your money, Choice Hotels has a stay for any you. Stay twice and get a free night when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Gotta get the corners.
Kelly needs new floors.
I need new floors.
So she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3, floor. Nice one, Kelly. LL Flooring, every step covered.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird. With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. V value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. U, get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Jalen Banks, News 3 Now at 6 and 10, weekends moving forward.
Finally, this morning, we're going to do a traffic alert here, looking at the belt line here in Madison at the John Nolan Drive exits. Today, the Midwest Horse Fair continues at the Alliant Energy Center. Dane County Sheriff's Office is telling people, though, to expect some delays. We are not seeing any out there at the moment, so it looks fine if you're trying to get out there. Maybe you're trying to get in early. The gates do open at 7, so again, just looking at this, it seems just fine this morning. They expect tens of thousands of people, including spectators and exhibitors, to all be present throughout the day. Now let's check in with Jacob with one final check of your First Warn weather.
Thanks, Kyle. We are going to see cool temperatures today, but nicer for your Sunday as highs will be back in the upper 50s. 60s may return Monday, but we are going to see a good chance of rain Monday night into Tuesday, but temperatures will still be in the 60s for Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, they may drop a little bit into the 50s before they rise back to near 60 for Thursday, Friday, and next weekend. As highs could be back in the middle to upper 60s, but we are expecting some thunderstorm activity, possibly some severe weather as well. But again, we aren't specifically